Y'all, cross your fingers. I'm gonna try to lift this out of this pot. I have no idea what's about to happen, but y'all are gonna get to watch with me. And somebody keep their finger on the buzzer for bad words. So here we go. I'm gonna try to get this out of the pot and into this. I don't know how this is gonna go. Hey everybody, this is Danny with MyFigStix. Y'all, I have a little bit of a mystery on my hands, and today we're gonna take a step to try to solve that mystery. But I'm starting a series on growing figs indoors in my grow tent under grow lights. Part of that is going to be our plant health. And the first step is the pots that we're planting our fig trees in. Y'all, I've got one fig tree, my Col de Dame Blanc, just doesn't seem to want to grow. My Ischia, my I-258, my Angelito, they're all growing gangbusters, but this Col de Dame Blanc just will not. So today we're gonna try to up pot that into a 7-gallon grow bag. We're mixing in some different potting soil, lots of nutrients and amendments. Y'all stick around. We're gonna talk about what we're doing to this Col de Dame Blanc to hopefully spur on that growth. Let's first take a look at this Col de Dame Blanc. Now, this tree was given to me by Figgy Ed last year. I guess it was late August, first part of September. Maybe it was the first part of September. He gave me this along with that Angelito. Y'all have seen the Angelito. It's growing like wild. This tree, after up pot, after everything, this is it. This is the same size it was when Figgy Ed gave it to me. Now, I put it in this nursery pot. We're going to talk about that in just a second. But you can see it's put on lots of new leaves. It's just not wanting to put on much growth. That is all I've gotten. Where the others are just growing wild. Now, is that a Col de Dame Blanc thing? I don't know, but I will tell you this. This is a different pot than what I have those others in. This is a pot that I got some other tree in. I don't really remember. My others are in a different nursery pot. I feel like I planted in the same soil, but maybe not. Here's what I'm going to tell you. This is something I've noticed. Anytime I move these around in the grow tent or take them out to water or whatever the case, this pot weighs twice as much as the other three. I just, and you'll see this in a second, but I just tried to lift this out of the pot. Y'all, it's not coming. It's not coming out of this pot. So something's going on, whether it be the pot or whether it be the soil that I up potted into. I don't know what the issue is. So today I'm going to try to move that over to this 7-gallon grow bag. My hopes is this has got better aeration. Hopefully it'll drain better. I'm going to get some better soil in there, something that I know exactly what it is. I mean, I typically only use the Vital Earth soil, but something's different about this. It is not draining well. So this is, let's see, 4 parts potting soil, 1 part compost, 1 part pine bark nuggets, 4 parts perlite. That's what I've got in this soil. I'm trying to aerate this as best I can so that I can get that drainage that I feel like this tree needs. And then I added lots of different nutrients and amendments in here as well. Those nutrients that I added are things I'm always adding, right? So I've got blood meal. I added some mycose. Now the mycose will break down over time. The azose I didn't mix in. I'm going to put that in right where I actually pot the plant. I've got some azomite in there. I've also got some green sand. And then I also put in some just organic fertilizer. So these are the amendments that I'm putting in the soil. So let's talk about how I'm going to get this tree out of this pot. Let's talk about this pot and what might be going on. Again, I don't remember exactly what I potted this into. Typically it's Vital Earth. They're a local composting company. They sell great products. I will swear by them. I can't swear that I put that soil in this pot. That was back in September. I honestly don't remember. but I can't say this is a different pot. Something's going on, whether it be drainage, the pot, the soil, I don't know. The fact of the matter is, I just tried to lift this out of the pot, not happening. I actually had to cut the pot on both sides. So we're going to try to lift this out. So I've got it cut here. I'm trying to kind of hold it together, and I've got it cut here. I see absolutely beautiful roots in there. However, I'm going to try to get this out. Now, here's what I don't know. This is, okay, so I wanted to go into a 10-gallon grow bag. I had 10-gallon grow bags. However, with 4 trees in my grow tent, the 10-gallon was just too fat. It's kind of like me. It was too round. It wasn't going to fit in the grow tent. I happen to have these tall, skinnier 7-gallon grow bags. These are ones I'm going to wind up putting in my planters. Taking some advice from some comments. I think that's what I'm going to do with the planters going forward. I've really been pushing these planters to the brink with all of that soil, heavy soil inside of them. However, I did that on purpose. I learned how to build those planters fig proof, right? So from here on out, though, I will be putting them in these 7-gallon grow bags, lowering them into the planter. All that said, I have these for that reason. This one fits in the grow tent. So, y'all, cross your fingers. I'm going to try to lift this out of this pot. I have no idea what's about to happen, but y'all are going to get to watch with me. And somebody keep their finger on the buzzer for bad words. So here we go. I'm going to try to get this out of the pot and into this. I don't know how this is going to go. So let's try to pull this pot away. I see lots of roots. Let me get this out of my way here. Let me get this out of the way and get this out of the way. All these sticky traps are really good, but man, they stick to everything, me included. All right, so the roots look fine. Oh man, this makes me nervous. Actually, the whole root ball really looks fine. All right, so, y'all, I don't think it's draining. I think that's the problem. This thing is wet. My other ones, I just moved them around to get this one out, and my other ones they're nothing like this. So I don't know what's happening. So we're going to try to cut this a little more, open it up some, being real careful not to cut into my roots or my hand. All right, come on now. Okay, maybe that will have it open enough for me to reach in here. Y'all, it's so wet. I'm kind of worried that it's going to try to fall apart. Okay, so we got it out. You know what I want to do? I want to zoom in and let y'all see the roots. They're really pretty. I'm liking this. Let me get zoomed in so y'all can see this. Check these roots out. I mean, they look really good. Now, one thing, they are swirling. You can see how they're going in circles. I don't feel like this is root bound, but maybe. Let's take a peek at the bottom. Oh, y'all are gonna be able to see this better than me. No, I don't see any roots like swirling at the bottom. So I don't think it's root bound. I just think it's not draining properly and holding on to too much moisture. Let's go ahead and try to get this in the grow bag real fast. Before I turned y'all back on, I did a couple of things. One, I measured. I got the soil level where I want. We are right here. So what is that? Almost probably 3 inches. So I'm going to have 3 extra inches on the bottom. This does look like it's going to be not quite as fat as this, which is surprising. I looked so much fatter before, but I also, you can probably see I dusted the roots with some Azos. I went ahead and did that. Y'all, it's so wet that Azos really stuck to the roots well. If you read the directions on the Azos bag, that's one thing they kind of recommend that you do, is to dust it straight on to the root. So we did that. So now we're going to carefully pick this guy up. It is so wet. And lower it into the bag. Oh, this kind of stuff just makes me nervous. Okay, There we go. Now I'm definitely gonna have to fill in. He's still straight, kind of. Let me add some dirt. Let's see. There we go. This may be too big. I was using this for the bulk, but I'm gonna get this in here. Oh, this is gonna be really good, y'all. I think this is gonna work out really well. Let me go ahead and get this all tamped down, get some good soil around the edges all the way around, and then I'll get back and we'll look at the final results. Maybe I'll clean up my disaster that I have here. Well, there you have it. So I now have my Col de Dame Blanc in a 7-gallon grow bag. I got that tapped down really well. I feel like it's tamped down good. I got the level where I wanted it. One thing, I know the soil around the edges where I had to pack, that's going to settle over time. So it's a little bit higher. So I was real careful to make sure the soil didn't get around the actual trunk of this tree. I don't want that to rot. So I'm going to keep an eye on that. If it doesn't settle down far enough, then I'll have to take some off the top. Also put some mulch in here, but let's take a quick second to talk about, again, why we're doing this. I feel like that pot that I was using, that nursery pot, was just not draining off the moisture, the water that I was putting in here. Was it the soil? Was it the pot? I don't know. Doesn't matter. At this case, I'm going to try this fabric grow pot. These pot, or grow bag, I'm sorry, these bags will really help evaporate some of that water. That's going to help with drainage. Not to mention all of the perlite, the pine bark nuggets, all of those that I put in here to help with drainage as well. So let's keep an eye on this. I want to see how this tree reacts. Now, is it going to react poorly right at first? I hope not, but it wouldn't surprise me if it has a little bit of transplant shock. So we're going to keep an eye on this. We'll check back, but this is kind of step one. We have to make sure that our trees are healthy. They have a healthy environment to grow in. I believe these fabric grow bags indoors are really going to benefit us because of that respiration, helping air prune the roots as well. They're not going to get circled like they would in that nursery pot, and maybe that was part of it. Y'all could see that the roots were beginning to circle. They weren't bunched up at the bottom, so I don't think that was a problem, but maybe. I guess we're gonna find out. But I believe that all of the nutrients that I just put in this soil, all of the aeration that I just put in this soil, this grow bag, I think this tree is going to benefit. I'm very happy with the size of it. I feel like there's a good 3 inches extra soil on the bottom that's gonna give more room for growth. Y'all, I was really surprised when I thought that it was gonna fill this bag out, but I actually got soil all the way around the outside of this as well. So that's even more room for those roots to reach out, expand. Hopefully they're going to take in all of those nutrients that we just put in there. They were all organic, so they're gonna take a few weeks to break down anyway. So let's keep a watch on this. Indoor growing, it is possible. One of the things we have to pay attention to is our growing pots. So we'll see how this works out. Stick with me for this series. We're going to talk about more things. We're going to talk about lights more. We're going to take a deeper dive into fertilization, the timing of our lights, the heat inside, the humidity inside of our grow tents. We're going to keep an eye on this guy, y'all. I really appreciate it, y'all. You can grow indoors, I promise. And y'all know, fig addiction's a real thing, y'all. Thanks for watching.